questions you guys.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to say concerning the topic, can a believer listen to secular music? Thinking back years back, like when I was far younger than this, maybe age 2, 3, 4. If I think about some songs I used to hear then, I can still sing them now. Like age 2, age 3. It means to say that sound as a way of reaching our hearts and staying. So if you want a child to memorize something, now let's take a look at the first 20 elements.
Okay.
How did you get to know this?
Song.
Now, so you get to internalize something faster with sound.
Yes.
Unlike when you go to church and your pastor is preaching, I can hardly quote some of the things my pastor said then. But when it comes to singing some of the songs that we used to sing then, I still know some of them offhand right now.
Yeah.
So it means to say that if I'm listening to a song, good or bad, even if I'm not putting my mind, it is registering to my subconscious. It only takes time for me to act on what I've stored.
Yes.
So that's, by the way, a form of introduction.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. That's huge. That's wisdom. You know, in class, when your lecturer says something that's making it like, wisdom. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, that's it. That is it. And it is true. It is very, very true. Very, very true. Yeah, I can still remember some songs we took when we were growing up. Maybe KG class. All those kind of songs, like it just comes. Even my national anthem, I know my school anthem, my primary school anthem, I still know it because that's how powerful sound is actually. So thank you very much, sir. Okay, basically let's start like this. Let's start with the question. Can a believer, can a Christian go for auditioning? Yeah, okay, auditioning. How do I state this question that will not look like? Because I have a lot of people training, when I said MTN Yellow Star, people were saying, believers are there. Okay, I believe you will touch it. Okay, can they go for those kind of auditioning? Okay, Project Fame, Nigeria Idol. Is there anything bad in itself, or there is how you feel we can streamline it, or you feel there is something that could actually be done to make them go and still not be crossing the lane, or you feel no, not at all, it's actually wrong? Please, we'd like you to share, to let us know, can a Christian go for such auditioning that you don't even know what they would throw at you? It could be body, it could be lewd music, lyrics, it could be anything.
Okay, I'd like to start this way. Everybody, it's only if we want to lie to ourselves. You know the kind of song you would be asked to do when you're going for an audition that is not in a Christian gathering. So I'd like to start with 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33.
Yeah.
So do not be deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Do not be deceived. The truth is, we can actually deceive ourselves. Like, I can deceive myself to do something. That's the truth. I'll keep telling myself it's not bad. At least you can. There's a way we always find balance. To make something, to have something make sense in our head. True. So that we'll do it. But the truth is, it does not stop the standard. The standard of God is always a standard. Now, the first thing I'll ask you is this. The songs you'll be asked to score, there is no how. Okay, how are you going to score the songs without involving your heart? Okay. So, if it is out of your heart that the issues of life will proceed, if you store that song there, is the song going to produce something one day or the other? Because everything we do with our heart, we all know that they are seeds. So if I'm doing something for the first time, it's a seed. So once I conceive something in my heart for the first time, it's a seed. What do I do after conceiving the thing? Is either I discard or I dwell on it. But there is no how you will score a song without working on the song. Yeah, so that's number one.
Yeah, that's huge.
All right, I just ended my first point. Secondly, I would like to go this way. To a level, I play piano.
Okay.
To a level, at least I'm still a starter.
Upcoming.
Okay. But then there is this song I have discovered that when I'm alone with the piano, the song naturally comes. And I see myself playing the song on the piano. I'm talking, Holy Ghost filled. But then, okay, the song is a love song actually.
Okay.
But then I see myself playing the intro.
Wow.
Meaning to say that at one point or the other that I've listened to the song is stored in my heart.
Yeah.
Now, my point is this.
Okay.
Any touch we have with sound, any touch we have with, I think sound will cover everything actually.
Yeah.
Any touch we have with sound is actually going to register in our hearts, no matter how. Be traveling, let's say you're traveling and along the road you just heard a sound, like a song, a secular music. Give yourself 10 minutes, you hear the song again.
That's true.
Because that is the programming, that's how the mind is programmed. It gives you what you have taken, either consciously or unconsciously.
Yes, sir.
So if I'm going for an audition and I'll be doing a particular song, is the song number one going to glorify God? If it does not glorify God, then I won't be part of that meeting. Now, am I going to go for a meeting that my pastor can watch? Let me leave my pastor out now. Am I going to go to that meeting and say Jesus will be willing to watch? If Jesus had been in the body, would Jesus have been in that particular place? Let's say Jesus was or is a music person, a music minister. Is it going to go to that kind of program? Because how I see my life right now is this, and that is how every believer should see ourselves.
Yes.
We are moving Jesus's. We are the expression of Jesus. So if Jesus would not go and minister on that platform, there is nothing you are finding there. There is nothing you are looking for.
That's huge, sir. That is big. If Jesus is to be in flesh presently, will he be happy to see you, to be looking at you doing this? Will he be happy to be watching his daughter doing this or his son doing this? So that's even enough to answer many questions. Yeah. Okay, so we'll continue now. Okay, you were saying something, sir.
Okay, I would also like to make a reference to the Bible. James chapter 1 verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I'm tempted of God. For God cannot tempt with evil. Neither tempted he any man. Okay, let me read verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Now, check your motive before you do anything. Check your motive. Why do I want to go for that audition? Let me give you an answer, straight answer. Fame.
But sir, fame in itself is not bad.
Yeah, fame is not bad. Fame is not bad. Of course, music ministers are famous. Nathaniel Bassey, I celebrate him so much. He's famous.
Yeah.
Who else? Dr. Alabi is famous. Pastor Johnny McLaughlin. Famous people. But if you check very well, there is a process. There is a process. Even Jesus, before he was famous, the Bible talked about his process. But the thing is, we see these platforms as shortcuts. Okay, there is one particular person that has been striking in my heart since yesterday that I've been meditating on this, and that is messaging.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the Holy Spirit, because I'm still going to ask you a lot of questions based on that. You know, I got questions like, even messaging won, is it Project Fame or Nigeria this time around? And now she's doing well. She got that fame through that and that.
Okay, so I was saying that messaging work, for an example. I also have somebody like that around me. We started together, and she was like, I want to get famous, I want to make the name, and then I'll switch. Now, if we check messaging work very well, she didn't start with that motive of I'm going to make a name and then switch. She wanted to continue that particular line.
Yes, and God caught like with that.
So, just like Paul the Apostle, he had a course, but God changed the direction. So everything she was channeling were just diverted. So if you know what you had in mind initially, and you know that you want to be a gospel minister in song, don't start out with pop music just to make the name. Because the truth is, there is process on every lane. Even if you are going to come through that part, there is process.
That's true. There is process. Even if you are going to come through that part, though, there is process. Okay. Yeah, the motive. I think that's what takes us back to the motive. I feel, I was even reading, I think I read some of her stuff. So what you said is actually true. The motive was that it was just like Paul got caught up with her and changed everything, diverted everything back to his will, because that is what she's supposed to do. So this thing we keep saying, okay, there is this question. Somebody said, okay, what if you go for a program like that you feel like maybe God is sending you there? God is sending you there. I know you said something about God does not tempt us with evil. Like, I think that answers that question already. So I feel whoever sent me that question can listen to that. God doesn't tempt you with evil. Because when you go there, it is not God that will start giving you songs that you will sing. They will not jump the process and tell you that because it's like something is telling me in my spirit that God sent you. You just be singing love song. If you have to do whatever it is they do, you will do it. And you don't want to get disqualified, so you will do it. So the question is that glorifying God at that point? If God is to be watching you at that point, will he be glad? Will he be happy that this is my daughter? I know I've invested so much, and this is what she's doing with my investment. This is what she's doing with so much that I've given to her. Okay, that takes me to this question, sir. You know, somebody was telling me Simi started with gospel. Now she sang a gospel song, and she did not blow. Nobody listened to her. And immediately she switched to hip hop. She started making names. She became famous. So what do you have to say? So the person said that means our calling was not to the believers. That our calling is to the unbelievers. Now my question is, if our calling is to the unbelievers, is she okay? Maybe we should just talk about it.
Okay, the first thing I would like to say in that line is we need to understand what calling is. Because God cannot call me to go and what's it called now? God cannot call me to go and start leading people wrongly. Because I've never seen such a thing in the Bible. But if that person has seen something like that, the person should please send an instance to me. God will not call you. God will not call you to something that is not his will. Now, so God cannot call you to go and start making people sing things that do not edify them.
But really, I feel we are not saying, okay, I feel, okay, let's just balance it. We are not saying Simi is not this, is not that. We are not trying to I'm just answering our questions. Do we understand? It's not like we're saying, okay, this person is bad, God is not with this person. No. That's not what we are saying. But we are answering your question. If you feel it's a calling, no, it's not. That's what we are trying to answer. If you feel it's calling into the will of God, it's not. That's what we are trying to say. I hope you understand. Please continue. I'm sorry to cut you.
Okay, so God cannot call me to that kind of a thing. God doesn't call to that kind of a thing. Now, anything that God is going to call you to do, everything that God is going to call you to do, check the fivefold ministry: the apostle, the pastor, the prophet, the teacher, and the evangelist. They are for the edification of the saints. So, whatever thing I am doing, is it edifying the saint? If it does not edify the saint, then it's not a calling. Or let me call it a misplaced calling. And then let me now make reference to her particularly now.
Okay.
Before she actually made waves, she started on the note of a gospel music.
Yeah,
it means
choir.
To say that I dare to say that she had followed the process. She had followed the process. If only, I just believe, if only she had pressed further, she would have eaten what she was longing for.
But she feels fulfilled in this part. Like, Simi's song, you probably would not find anything vulgar, you probably would not find anything lewd, probably would not find anything raw or illicit. Now, I don't know about provocative dressing. Okay. But then, I think he's trying to say, I guess he's saying, if she had moved further, she probably would have been able to eat that. And that's big. That is big. And I don't even know when people become standard. I think that's the problem we keep having. You feel like God should treat you the same way He has treated the person beside you. Even if you are a twin, God will not treat Kendi like He will treat Taiwo. He will treat it differently. Your process is different. What you have to do is different. And then you would not say, because it's working this way for this person, then it has to work for me. What if God doesn't want you to go that way? You would lose it at the end of the day, because you feel like you're not even getting it, you are not making it out of that part. I think the first thing before I continue is just that sit down, talk to God. What is my mission on earth? Why am I on earth? What's my purpose? What am I here to do? What do I even have to do? When you know that thing, walking around or bushing around the bush would not, you will not have to push around the bush too much, because you would have direction. Okay, I'm supposed to go to church, so you will know the way to your church. I'm supposed to go to school, you know the way to your school. That's an example. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I feel it's misplaced priority. I feel it's misplaced purpose. People are just looking for a way to just blow. That's it. You don't even know the process. You don't know what you are even going to do when you get there. That's the truth. You don't know. It's just like saying that I have an account. I'm trying to open an account. And you're like, I mean a YouTube account or any social media account, and you don't even have content. You don't know what you want to do. At the end of the day, you find out that, okay, you get tired. You get tired walking through that process, because probably that is not even what God wants you to do. Maybe what He wants you to do is man-to-man evangelism or whatever it is. And I know we have our thinking, we have what we feel we want to hear, and we are hearing another thing. Please let it resonate into your soul. Let it go deep. Throw away your, in this life you should be ready to unlearn, relearn, and learn. Do you understand? Throw away what you feel you've learned, what you think is right. There will be sometimes there will be avenue to comment. Actually, I want to hear what you feel. We can't end this today. We just have to continue later tomorrow, next week, because our time is up. So thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you for staying put. I believe you've learned a lot, and that next week we are going to conclude on what we have started today, and you are going to be blessed. You won't remain the same. So in few words, our guest is just going to wrap up what he's saying why we close for today.
All right, thank you for having me here, and it's really a privilege to do God's will, because I see this also as one of the harm of the ministry.
Thank you.
This can actually reach out to people beyond a physical gathering.
Yeah.
So basically, I'd just like to end by saying that let's not trivialize the power of sound, because no matter how we talk about it, the power in it does not is not negotiable. The strength in sound will continually manifest itself, because it is by sound that we all were called to be in. So if God started everything by a sound, let there be. The word is a sound, so the power in sound is godly. It's godly, so it can be channeled rightly or wrongly. It's our duty to ensure that we channel sound rightly. So that's why we should watch what we hear, because it makes its way to our hearts. Let's watch what we see, it makes its way to our hearts. And then particularly we're talking about music, so let's watch what we listen to. God bless us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for staying to the end. Thank you for joining. We really love you and we appreciate you. Okay, next week, Thursday, 4 p.m. Okay, it's another time. Next week, you'll be joining us again and we'll be concluding what we have started. Thank you so much. God bless.